Welcome to your IELTS listening practice from Spinta.org. This is a mini test designed to help you practice a specific section of the exam and improve your confidence. The recording will be played one time only, just like in the official test. Let's begin.
Good morning. I'd like to start today's Urban Studies lecture by asking you to think about your own daily routine. How much of your day is spent traveling, commuting to work or university, going out to buy groceries, taking children to school? For many people in modern cities, this travel time adds up to hours each day. A concept that seeks to radically change this reality is the 15-minute city. In essence, it's a model for urban planning where all essential services can be easily reached by residents within a 15-minute walk or bicycle ride. Let's break down its core principles. The first and most fundamental principle is proximity. The central objective here is to drastically reduce our reliance on private cars, which have dominated city planning for the past 70 years. This means decentralizing city services, ensuring that things like grocery stores, healthcare clinics, parks, and schools are distributed throughout the city, not just concentrated in a central business district or distant shopping centers. Secondly, and closely linked, is diversity. This refers to creating a rich, mixed-use environment. A 15-minute city is not just a residential zone or, quote, dormitory suburb. It integrates housing of different types with offices, shops, cafes, and cultural and leisure facilities. The goal is a vibrant, active neighborhood at all times of day, where people can live, work, and relax without needing to travel far. This leads logically to the third principle, density. To support this diversity of local businesses and services, you need a certain population density. A neighborhood with only a few single-family homes cannot support a local bakery, a bookshop, or a frequent bus service. However, this is a delicate balance. The density must be sufficient to make local amenities viable, but it must be achieved without creating the negative effects of urban overcrowding, such as a lack of green space or a feeling of being cramped. It's about gentle density. Think terraced houses and low-rise apartment buildings, not skyscrapers. Fourth, there is ubiquity. And this is a crucial point about social equity. The 15-minute city model should not be a luxury item, a desirable brand for the wealthy. To be successful and just, its principles must be applied across all neighborhoods within a city, ensuring that everyone, regardless of their income or background, has access to the same quality of life and essential services. Finally, the fifth principle is what we call human scale. This means redesigning streets to prioritize people, not vehicles. For decades, we have designed streets for the convenience of cars. A human-scale approach involves creating wider pavements for pedestrians, planting more trees, providing public seating, and, critically, building a safe, connected network of dedicated lanes for cyclists. The street becomes a public space for social interaction, not just a conduit for traffic. Now, let's consider the context and some of the critiques. The concept, which was popularized by Professor Carlos Moreno at the Sorbonne in Paris, was developed largely in response to the climate crisis. Its central motivation was to create a more ecologically friendly and sustainable urban model by drastically cutting transport-related carbon emissions. So its modern roots are very much in environmental sustainability. However, the model is not without its critics, and it has become surprisingly controversial. A significant academic concern is the risk of gentrification. As neighborhoods become more desirable with better amenities, property values can rise sharply. This can potentially price out long-term, lower-income residents and small businesses. The fear is that it could ironically end up deepening social inequality, creating pockets of idyllic but exclusive 15-minute neighborhoods, while other areas are left behind. It's also interesting to note the impact of recent history. The global pandemic in 2020, with its lockdowns and focus on local living, served as a major, unexpected catalyst. It forced people to rediscover their local areas and highlighted the importance of local amenities and green spaces. As a result, it really accelerated the adoption of these principles in cities around the world, from Paris, which has been a leader, to Melbourne, Bogota, and many others. Implementing this vision effectively requires sophisticated planning. It's not as simple as just drawing circles on a map. One of the most critical tools in the modern urban planner's arsenal is technology, specifically GIS, Geographic Information Systems. The use of digital mapping and data analysis allows planners to understand exactly where services are lacking, how people actually move through their neighborhoods, and where interventions would be most effective. It allows for evidence-based design. So, to conclude, is the 15-minute city a perfect one-size-fits-all blueprint that can be applied everywhere? Probably not. Every city has its own unique geography, history, and culture that must be considered. However, it offers an incredibly powerful and valuable framework for future city planning. It pushes us to rethink our unhealthy dependence on cars and to build healthier, more sustainable, and more equitable urban environments for the 21st century.
You have now completed the practice test. When you are ready for a full exam experience, visit us at Spinta.org. There you will find complete mock tests for all 4 skills: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Our platform provides instant AI feedback for your speaking and writing tasks, along with an accurate prediction of your band score. Take control of your preparation at Spinta.org.